Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Daljeet and in today's video we will discuss speaking, how you should speak, how it will be marked and what tips you can follow to get good bang. What happens is speaking is a one-on-one session in which you and an examiner will be there and it will be 11 to 14 minutes long, which can vary according to the examination conditions, and your test will be recorded. There will be a recording device in which everything will be recorded, and we have three parts in speaking. The first is the introduction questions, second is cue card, third is follow-up questions. Introduction questions are general or common questions which are related to you, maybe something you like, your studies, your work, and whatever things you do in your day-to-day life or related to your likings, dislikings. All these things will be there in the introduction questions. After that, we have to elaborate these questions in 2 to 3 sentences. Do not elaborate a lot because these are just introduction questions. We can call them a warm-up session also, where we are speaking, we are getting fluent, and then we get ready for the cue card, which is known as solo speaking. This is something which scares the students because they have to speak for continuously 2 minutes and they find it very difficult. What happens is, in this type of question, you will be given a situation, you will be given a question, and 3 bulleted points will be there on which you have to talk. Like, you will get 1 minute to prepare. In that, you should take notes, you should write the things you want to discuss, the questions you will be answering, and you will arrange your thoughts. Like, it has to be a story, you need to make a story. So that you will do in this 1 minute which is given for the preparation. After this, there will be 2 minutes to speak, and you have to speak until the examiner stops you. This is the main thing, because students sometimes, when they're not finding anything, they're not having any thing to speak on, they stop and they lose bands. So the main thing is you have to keep on speaking until the examiner stops you. After that, we get the follow-up questions. These questions may or may not be directly related to the cue card. Mostly they are, but there are chances that you can get slightly different questions as well. And these questions you must elaborate and include all the details so that the answer has to be complete. And you must speak for, add 4 to 5 sentences, add the details, add everything what is being asked, because that is really important in these questions. You do not miss any detail, otherwise you will get a question why. If your answer is not complete, you will get a question and then you will feel confused. So the thing is, include the details, whatever is being asked, answer it properly, so that the cross questioning should not be there, because that will create problem for you. Okay, so this is how the test is conducted. These are the things that we have to expect on the test site. Now it's time to learn how the marking is done, how our test is marked. We have these 4 rubrics: fluency and coherence, lexical resources, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. These are the things that will be checked when you will be speaking, you will be giving the exam. In the first one, fluency and coherence, we have to speak to a good length. Whatever length, like in the introduction questions, the length has to be 2 to 3 sentences. That is fine. Then in the cue card, you have to speak for 2 minutes. That is must. And in the follow-up questions, you must include 4 to 5 sentences in your answer. So this is giving good length to your answers. After that, fluency, you have to be fluent enough. Like when you speak, it should be very correct and it should be understandable. You must be audible as well, so that the person who is listening to you can understand and listen to you. and because it is recorded, so audibility is really important in that case as well. After that, rare repetition or self correction. Repetition should not be there. Try to use synonyms wherever there is a need, and do not go for self correction. Do not self correct yourself. Like if you have done any mistake, you feel you have spoken something wrong, maybe the pronunciation was wrong, these kind of things, refrain yourself completely from doing repetition and self correction, because they will have negative impact on your speaking. After that, your speaking must be flowy enough. Like when you are speaking, it should be flowy. No unnatural pauses or sound should be there, because when you do practice like that, that it has to be flowy. Then you must use connectors. And suppose when we are talking about a cue card, suppose the cue card was when you had something favorite, like when you went to some a restaurant which is your favorite, what happens is you have to create a story. It should be from the starting till the end. Like when you start, you will give some kind of brief introduction, then you will reach the point that where and what is your favorite uh, place, or which is your favorite restaurant, whatever the question was. You will reach there, you will add details, you will elaborate the three bulleted points which are given. They should be in a flow. It should be a story that the person who is listening to you, because there are chances that that person may or may not have been to that place, so you have to elaborate everything that the person gets to know and he understand everything easily. Okay, so this is how you use connectors. Like you start with firstly, secondly, apart from it, finally. So this is how you make the examiner understand that you are going to towards the end and you're going to end it. So these things are really important when you have to get band in fluency and coherence. All these rubrics, these are 25%. So you will be checked on all these equally. After that, we have lexical resources, which we call vocabulary. That you have to use vocabulary. You should use paraphrasing. Like if they are in the question, they are asking you, you like. In the answer, you must use some different word, that I love, or I like to have, like different kind of vocabulary you must use. That is called paraphrasing. Like when you answer, you must paraphrase the vocabulary, which can be done easily. Like we do not have paraphrasing for each and every word. Like we don't have synonyms for each and every word. We can't paraphrase each and everything. So you must be careful in that way as well. After that, we have accurate vocabulary and idiomatic language. The vocabulary must be accurate. Like sometimes what happens is students, they use high vocabulary, they use very rare words, but they do not fit into the context. So there also they will lose bands if you are using vocabulary but at a wrong place. Vocabulary must be used, but it has to fit in, and that must be appropriate for the topic. And idiomatic language, if you know, that will be a cherry on a cake. This is an idiomatic language. If you can use it properly, then you will get benefit of that as well. After that, we have grammatical range and accuracy. That means we have to use a wide range of grammar, tenses, and it should be accurate as well. What happens is we will get the question maybe in the past, maybe in the what we are doing in the present, and what we would like to do in the future. So we need to take care of the tenses. That is really important whenever you are answering. Like if they are asking for an event that happened in the past, so you have to use the past tense. And if they're asking about some habit that you have or your daily routine, you will answer that in present tense. After that, when if they ask you something like if you have any ambition or something you want to do, you want to go abroad or you want to settle your business, something like that, that will be in the future tense. So this is how you need to relate to the things, and you need to check which tense you must use with accuracy. While you are answering the questions, you must give some variety of the sentences as well, like including some kind of complex sentences, compound sentences while answering, so that you can show wide range of grammar and tenses to get good back. The last is the pronunciation. When you learn vocabulary, sometimes what happens is we learn vocabulary, we know where and how to use it, but we do not know the correct pronunciation. There also you will lose band. So do not do this. If you're not correct, note, if you do not know the correct pronunciation, omit that word, do not use it. This is really important because this you will be marked for 25%. This is going to be, so you will lose band here. So correct pronunciation. Whenever you learn a new word, learn the pronunciation at the same time. This is really important. So this is how our speaking is marked. Now it's time for the quick tips. The first tip is to give complete answer. Whatever is being asked, understand the question, answer it properly. Your answer must be complete. Because if you're not answering it properly, if you are leaving everything, suppose in a cue card, you are leaving one bulleted point, you will lose band. Then you have to be formal and polite. This is really important. You have to be formal and you have to be very polite. Okay? You have to be very calm and composed when you are speaking. This is how you are judged. And then you have to speak clearly. You must be audible enough. Speak in a clear way that the examiner can understand well, and the recording would be perfectly fine. And you must be audible to the examiner as well as to the recording device. Then you have to explain everything so that there should be no room for question. Whatever question is being asked, add all the details. Whatever you think would go with that. Because if you will not do, you will be cross questioned. Maybe they will ask you why you are saying this, why you think that. So this is how you will feel confused while they will ask you why. So explain it properly, explain everything in a proper way. The fifth tip is maintain a steady pace. Your speed should be that you can easily maintain. Do not speak so fast because you will not get time to think. When you are speaking slowly, the thought process in your mind, you can think while you are speaking. Do not speak very slowly. That seems that you are thinking a lot and you're not speaking. So you have to maintain the pace that looks natural. After that, you have to stay on the topic. Do not go off the topic. Like if you are asked about a family member you like, stick to that only. Do not include your friends in that. That will have negative impact on your marking. Next is use formal language. Do not use informal language that like dad, mom, these kind of language. We should refrain ourselves and we need to be formal. Then we have less repetition. Repetition should not be there. If you think that some words which are very common and you're using them and you're using them again and again, you need to find synonyms for that, so that when you are appearing for the exam, you will not repeat the thing. You will provide variety of words. So less repetition, try to find new vocabulary, and whenever you are speaking, like whenever you're doing practice, you need to understand that which words are there, which are being repeated and which need to be changed, so that you can find some other words for that and less repetition would be there. The last tip would be no memorized answers. Now on the internet we have all type of cue cards, we have different type of ideas. What students do is they find them, they memorize them, and when they are speaking, Like in the exam, what happens is they can change one question. When you have memorized something, you will keep on speaking that. You will not brainstorm, you will not understand anything, and you will include the details which are not needed. So their task achievement goes. So you will lose bands. Do not do this. Try to brainstorm, try to understand the question, because in the exam we don't know what we will get. We can get anything and everything. So planning is important, paraphrasing is important, and being on topic is really important. So all these things you must keep in mind while you are doing practice. Learn that what issues you're facing if you're not able to speak, and if there is any issue with the fluency, or there are unnatural pauses or sounds, try to omit those while you are doing practice on daily basis. Try to record everything. When you are speaking, record yourself, listen to yourself, and if you feel that you speak well, or is there anything that you should change, listen to yourself, because you will get confidence and you will understand how you speak, and are you audible, are you easily understandable. These are the things which are going to be marked. So you must do the practice like that only. Okay, and if you have any questions or doubt, you can let me know in the comment section. And if you found this video useful, kindly like, comment and subscribe to my channel, so that whenever I post new videos you will come to know. Thank you so much.